second scrimmage coming up on Saturday. Kendall, you've sparked an idea. The pick six thing. Why don't we pick 6 players that we're interested in hearing or seeing what they're going to do? Which players are you looking forward to?
Do we each want to do like 3?
We'll do three apiece, 3 each.
Okay.
So we'll have 6 in total. Kendall and Jax, 6 players that we're watching for and looking forward to hearing about after and during the scrimmage.
Okay, I'm going to start with Mazio Bennett because if he's going to step up, even more so, especially now that Jaden Sellers is not going to be available this season for South Carolina. I'm curious to see how he's utilized, how much he's playing. I don't know how much exactly we'll get on all of that from Shane, but he's making my list. What about you, Jack?
I'm going to go with a kicker. I'm going to go Max Kelly. I'm interested in hearing if he can be the guy to take the reins. He's the only returner in that kicking room, in that battle. The other 2 guys are transfers from other schools. I don't know. I mean, we really don't know who's ahead in this battle right now. Since Shane was saying the other day that all 3 guys are doing really well and whatnot. I'm interested to hear what Max Kelly does in this scrimmage and if he could be the guy to take the reins here. So, who's your next player?
So I like that pick because obviously Shane is looking for a kicker to slam the door shut, as he would say. My next guy, and I think, it's obvious, but we're going to have to put him in the top 6, so I'll just take him right now. Just continuing to hear more about Lenoris, how he's adjusting to the offense, how things are going for South Carolina in that regard. He's going to be the name we're hearing the most about all season long. He is now the leader of the team. He was last year as well. But now there's probably, there was a ton of pressure last season, but even more so pressure this year because you've got to right the wrongs of last year. And a lot of that is on him, unfortunately. So I'm ready to hear about Lenoris and also how he's adjusting. There's so much question with this wide receiver room and who's going to step up. So what is the comfortability level for Lenoris with a lot of these different guys? And I'm interested to hear that from him as we continue to progress here through these scrimmages.
I'm going to go with Darius Gray. That's another interesting one is there any chance he is going to be a starter week 1? He's been really impressive by all accounts. He's playing on the offensive line. I really do wonder, especially if Peak's not healthy for week 1, is there any chance he ends up starting? I feel like if there's any freshman that could potentially play this year, I feel like it's got to be him. He's really seemingly having a good camp. Beamer's been impressed with him. He got here in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even go through the spring. So this is a really big scrimmage for him on Saturday, the second one that is, to see what more he can do to potentially earn a spot. And I think maybe it becomes a little bit more likely if Peak is not ready to go for the start of the season.
I'm going to go with Vicari Swain. Last year, he obviously had some big moments for the South Carolina team. Still one of these guys that we know can make a big impact, and he's actually someone that Shane talked about as well, just in terms of him and Judge Collier and what he expects from those 2 at the corner position. So I'm curious about that just because he's coming off of a season where he did a lot. So how is he going to hopefully continue to build up from that and be a guy that this team continues to lead on as he starts to take on more of a leadership role as well? I was very impressed with him in a lot of ways last year. So Vicari Swain, I'm excited to see what happens.
And then last but not least, you can go with a lot of different players. But I think in terms of guys that are in position battles, trying to edge it out, you said Mazio before. I'm going to go with Sequel Patterson. We've heard a lot of good things about him. The freshman from Indian Land right here in South Carolina. I think that's a guy that put together another good scrimmage on Saturday. This could be a guy we're talking about maybe being an impact guy right away this season. I think he's going to see a lot of snaps for South Carolina this year, regardless of how Saturday goes. I think he is someone to keep an eye on for sure. There's a lot of players you could talk about. Michael Lynn commenting here. David Busey. He's another guy that's in a position battle trying to lock down one of the starting safety spots. You've also got from Craig here, move Shed to left tackle. Gray plays right tackle. I think that makes a lot of sense. Shed Surratt's another guy that's trying to lock down a starting spot on the offensive line as well. You got the center battle that's going on. There's so many different competitions that are going on that Saturday with the next scrimmage coming up is going to be really one that I think people are going to, I mean, it's not open to the public, but people are going to be really looking forward, I think, to hearing what comes out of that scrimmage and who emerges as the starters. Because I think that's really where you start to see the final separation, because after that, it's just practice and getting ready for game week.